What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about HBAR today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, it is the 26th of April today. Here we are at about 19 cents right now on this week. We're up 15% overall. Looking like we are looking to break this downtrend here. I think that this could be the real deal. We've got 1 day and 10 hours left in the week. Let's see how it goes. About 9 hours, 24 minutes left in the day, right? So I guess one day and 9 hours left in the week here. We're very close to ending the month as well. 4 days, 10 hours left in that, and we're up 17% after this massive move to the downside, finding support down here at this prior area of resistance. I'm going to put this on a chart that actually has more history to it, right? So we can just see the all-out history. I think it'd be really cool. It's not a requirement. It's not a necessity, but I think it'd be cool if over the next 4 days, if HBAR can move up to 21 cents. I think that's very doable. I don't think I'm asking for much. If you could move up to 21 cents, 21.33 cents, and close above there, you'd be bullishly engulfing last month's candle, which I think would be a very, very powerful signal in combination with finding support at your prior resistance, at your prior support in these high areas of your price. You know, this would be, I think this would be a powerful signal. And then I wonder also from a low to a high, where are you on the fibs? Right off the 0.5, powerful signal after powerful signal, all this stuff, right? Monthly RSI looks super bullish. Looks like it's pointed at the right direction if you want to get to the overbought zone, right? And anytime you get overbought on the monthly, that's where you see truly spectacular things happen. Weekly RSI also pointed to the upside. If we're looking at this here, you bounced off the 40 area, not right off the 40, but basically right off the 40, you know, and higher lows overall. You're getting overbought. You're having a hell of a time getting oversold. You're having a hell of a time even getting below the 40. This is a very, very powerful circumstance or situation, environment that you're in. Environment is the better word to use there. From a low to a high, again, at the 0.5, you've gotten above the 382. The next thing to do is to get above 23 cents, okay? I know I was talking about getting above here, getting above about like 21.5 cents. But if you can get above 23 cents, not by the end of the month. I mean, sure, by the end of the month would be great, but just at any point in time when you do close a week, a day, a whatever, ideally a daily time frame or higher, above 23 cents, 23.1 cents essentially, if you can close above there, that validates that this is the low. It validates that this high is about to get taken out. It means that you're done retracing, you're ready to get going, and you're going to see some new relative highs here. So that's really exciting. 23 cents is a big deal. 23.1 cents is a big deal for that to happen. I want to look here and see just on a relative time frame what we got going on as well. Let's see. Right here at the 382. Okay, so finding a little turbulence here. Let's look at the daily time frame. Yes. Okay, so you're finding a little turbulence here. Looking at the daily RSI, you are in a situation that's kind of critical. I shouldn't say critical. It's just significant right now. It means a lot right now. If you reject this area, right, if you get in and you get out, I mean, the last couple times that you've done that, right, you got in, you got out, that promoted an immediate drop, right? And here, I mean, obviously you dropped a lot more. Here you dropped a lot more. I wouldn't expect these kind of drops to take place if you reject the overbought zone now, but perhaps a move down to this prior area of resistance here, this prior area of support here, something that's around 17.8 cents. I could see that happening. You're at 19 cents now. Maybe you drop down to 17.8 cents. It's very common to go from your 382 to your 236 and then work your way up. So if you do find yourself at 16.5 cents or lower, you're fine. You're fine. It's actually a very normal thing to go from the 382 to the 236 and then up to your golden ratio. So I'm not worried about it at all. I don't know if that happens, but again, we have 9 hours, 20 minutes left. You are in a position right now where it is kind of critical to prove that wrong or prove that right. If you reject here, if you close today red and you get some follow through to the downside, this could be a rejection off the overbought zone. And similar to these, maybe not similar in the movement, but similar in the idea, the context, you would move down, right? And I do think you'd find a higher low. I do think you'd find support and continue to grow. I want to look at this relative fib, low to high here. I mean, man, just real quick, right? You can see it here. It's very common with the 382 on your first interaction. This is your first, right? From the low, that's your first interaction with the 382 to wick above it and close below it. It's a very common interaction, right? It's also a very common interaction to go from there to there and then there, right? It's very, very common. So if we take this low to high and we see the 382s right here, what's very common with the 382 on the first interaction? To wick below it and then close above it. So you might literally, quite literally bounce off of 16.4 cents. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying if it did happen, it would look perfect for a higher low. It would look perfect for some movements up. Let's see on the 4-hour basis if we're looking like we want to make this move to the downside. Well, I will say 4-hour RSI is postured in a really nice way. I actually like the RSI a lot. You do have some lower lows here while promoting higher lows still. At the moment, you're finding support at prior resistance. You could even go a little bit lower and still be fine. I have no problem with this RSI, right? Is this bearish divergence? Maybe. Maybe it is. If it is, then that would be good for a move down to about 18 cents, 18.6 cents, not even 18 cents, right? You're like talking about like 0.8 cents, not even of a drop from here. Actually, it'd be, what would it be? 0.6 cents. Yeah, 0.6 cents of a drop. It wouldn't be too significant. Maybe you do that. Let's look at the 1 hour. Let's see. 1 hour does suggest that you're going to go lower. In my opinion, it does. So maybe over the coming hours, maybe for the rest of the day, maybe even going into tomorrow, you see a little bit of a pullback. I'm not expecting any kind of bullish finish to today, so you probably do have a red day that will set you up for a rejection off of the overbought zone, but that's not condemning, right? You need follow through. One red day, especially an insignificant red day, is what I would expect, isn't enough to condemn you. I've seen a lot of cryptos actually recently do this where they are rejecting their overbought zone like this, and then they come right back up after like a day or two. So it's been happening. Crypto kind of is it goes through its phases, and whenever you see like one or two cryptos do something, you'll start to see more, and they all kind of do it. So maybe every crypto's doing this thing right now where they reject and then they come up. I don't know. There's some, I can't think which ones off the top of my head. I would provide examples if I could, but I swear I'm not lying. I'm not just making this up to validate my point. I've seen this happen over the last 2 days with a handful of cryptos, this exact scenario that I'm talking about, rejecting and then coming up. So it's not common. The more common thing to expect with the red day would be that you reject and you go down to your 60, you go down to your 50, one of these areas and bounce, and something like that, a pullback like that would definitely take you down to prices below 18 cents, if not even as low as like 16.5 cents like we were talking about, right? So that's something to be aware of. Don't count on it. Don't hold your breath over it, but it's something to be aware of nonetheless. And then again, the 1 hour, the only reason I'm deducing that and actually believing in that a little bit more than I did a second ago is that the 1 hour looks kind of bearish. We'll see. If you want to flip the 1 hour bullish, you have to close a 1 hour time frame above about close it above about like 19.7 cents. If you can do that, if we get a 1 hour time frame or a larger time frame to close above 19.7 cents, then the downside is essentially invalidated, right? Don't just wick up there and then close below. If you can close above here, you've invalidated the notion we're going lower, and instead we're going higher. But just looking at this 1 hour time frame, I think we do go lower. 15-minute time frame, you could have found a relative low here. I think you're going lower. I think you have lower to go. Yeah, I'm sticking with that, and just a little bit lower. Nothing too crazy. But ultimately, let's zoom out here. Let's look at what's the path ahead of us. Okay, not just the hours ahead of us, not just like the day ahead of us, but the days, the weeks ahead of us. You are on a path higher. You absolutely are on a path higher, right? If we're looking at this from last cycle's highs to the bear market lows, you found resistance at the 886, came down, found support at the 0.5. And now your next target area, if and when you decide to move higher, and I'm assuming you're doing that now, would be probably to new all-time highs. My expectation would be that your minimum target is $1.20. Your maximum target could be $3.15, somewhere in this zone here. That's a very appropriate target. But I don't expect that you stop here at $1.20. I also don't expect that you stop here at $3.15. I think somewhere in between is more appropriate. And with the 1414 specifically, it's very common to not stop right at it. Like the 382, it's very common to wick above it and then close below it. So something above $1.80 is what I would be expecting. If we're to take this look into in the context of like a bull flag, and I think that it is a bull flag, or at least it could be construed as one. If it is, whoops, let's see. Measure move there. That measure move takes us right to the minimum target of about $1.20. So $1.20 or higher, I'm very confident in. I don't believe that we stop there, but it's the measure move. No, yeah, the measure move, that it could stop right there, but I doubt it. I really don't expect that that's going to hold. Measure moves are not the most widely respected things. They are respected a lot of the time, but oftentimes you actually do exceed or fall just shy of them. So in this case, breaking out to new all-time highs, I would think that not only do you hit your minimum target, but you probably exceed your minimum target, measure move or not. So from the low to where I expect you to go, you're going to see a move that's overall a 14x. That's my expectation. From the current price We're looking at prices that are something around $1.80 or above. That'd be about a 9x, maybe a 10x, something like that could happen. Over the coming months, I'm expecting this to take full effect by the end of June, if not sometime in early July. Okay, so that's the path forward. That's what we got to look forward to. As far as where will HBAR go for its all-time highs, that's a good question. You know, the average coin does see its 1618 to 2272 extension cycle after cycle. If it sees new all-time highs, that's the area that we go to. $8 billion now. 1618 to 2272 extension. So this could be a cycle ending high, but no offense, I think you're too good for that. 16x is not your forte. The average altcoin's expected to do a 30x. Hold on. Man, my voice is going away. The water helps though. I don't think that you stop there. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense the fact that it's a golden ratio, but it doesn't make sense other than that. So here, 1886, 33x, that's about average, what I expect for the average coin. So yeah, there, 662, $9. I could see the narrative. HBAR is going to reach $10. It's going to do it. And everybody gets hyped on that, and it stalls right there for that reason. That's about a 46x. That does put you above the pack. That puts you ahead of the pack. That's an above average movement. And being that you have such a high market cap, I mean, a 40, let's call that a 47x almost, right? 47x on an $8 billion market cap. That's like $330 billion, something like that, right? I think. Because 80, 160, 320, 40. So probably more like $350 billion. That's a pretty high market cap. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing to be ashamed of there. That seems appropriate for HBAR. That's a multi-hundred billion dollar market cap. Yes, I understand how crazy that is, but HBAR's been around, guys. It's been around since 2019. I think it's proven itself. It's been around long enough to deserve that kind of pricing if it's maintained relevance and gained relevance. I very much believe 662 to $9.08. I think that's where you're going to go. I have strong belief that that's where you're going to stop this cycle. If not, all the way up to the 2272. That would be the maximum expectation I could have, $20 around there. But that would give you a market cap that's just shy of $1 trillion, and I have a hard time seeing that. I have no problem calling for multi-hundred billion dollar market cap for this thing, but something near $1 trillion, that seems a lot. I don't know what this thing should be valued at. I'm not the arbiter of truth as far as that goes, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did not hit $20, but we instead stop at $9.10 to 662. I really do believe in that. So that's the path ahead, not just in the coming days, not just the coming weeks, but the coming months. By the end of the cycle, all that stuff. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I got a lot of belief in HBAR, high aspirations for sure. Nothing else to say. Take care. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.